Welcome back now to the second map of Shanghai stagger versus Boston downsizing. The map now is Lijang. Control point, first one to 100, King of the Hill, first one to 100% wins. Flip the point to charge your side. It looks like we have now Mark again. Mark, Silo, and Willow and Shadowcat and Gecko all stay. Rufus back is put in. Ryutix put in for Shanghai. And we have ourselves the match coming up in any moment right now. This is where I wish I would have a second caster. Cactus is put in for Ranger. A minute 30 till Lijang starts. I wonder if Cactus is gonna be a stealth target or a thorny thing in the side of Boston. Lijang is a very complex map, as one of the maps is very good for tank heavy comps, while there's two maps which are really good for far, which destroys the tank heavy comps. However, it does take quite a bit of effort to properly coordinate and execute dive. So generally what you would see is some kind of run with far going around on most of the maps, except for gardens, which is only dive because the space is so big. A Reinhardt generally does not have the space to do so. However, I have seen Orisa comps running on both the gardens and the night market in order to hold the point quite effectively. The major risk in those two maps is the booping off, which I'm sure both teams will have a Lucio, at least, if not any other kind of booping hero. And it appears we are about to start. Ready. Contestants, take your places. Shanghai, ready. Boston, ready. Let's begin. Wow, seems a little. Boston, ready. And let's us begin map 2 of this preseason match.
Now arriving at Lijang town.
Okay. What to remember? One pause, as Cactus has apparently left the game. While we were paused, one thing that we need to really remember in King of the Hill maps is that generally it's a all-out deathmatch brawl, so the people who are mechanically better generally would have an edge, as there is one way to win, and that is killing the entire enemy team. However, I am worried about Shanghai, as it does appear that they favor Reaper quite a bit, and Reaper is not very good in these large open spaces. It appears as Cactus has disappeared, Ranger Hoover is put back in. Now, Ranger Hoover's main issue was that he was not he was far too aggressive at times, but I feel like he could have gotten away. He got away with it pretty much. What I would look out for right now is focusing the tanks and avoiding the fire. Yes, it does appear that Super runs the Reaper once again. Does this guy play anything but Reaper? Probably not. It looks like Boston is going to go with a pharmacy. Diva, McCree, Winston, and Lucio makes the McCree an easy target to target, and might well be the end of it. But on the other side of Shanghai, we have Runland, Lucio, Rutix on the Doomfist, Ranger back on the Reinhardt, Miraria on that Mercy, Chicken on the Winston, and Super on the Reaper. This unique comp that they're running. Wait, switching Winston to Bastion.
5, 4,
Are they keeping that? No.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
It appears less than optimal team comp on the side of Shanghai as they go to their in place for the strengths as they go to White Room. Appears that both teams will go to White Room as Farah takes the space in the gardens. Doomfist is marvelous in this area as he has everything to hit. It appears like he's destroying them, but two are switched back, and it looks like Boston is getting the edge, but Reaper comes back and comes from behind them. The fight is on the point. The Merciful's off the map. No, that's the worst time and the worst thing that could happen, and that gives the opening for Boston. There's only a Farah on point and nothing she could do to survive. McCree's alone in the back, and he will go down momentarily. Oh, that was really unfortunate. I wonder what happened there to the Mercy to fall off the map. Probably didn't pay attention and fell a little too low and had no one to fly to. Such an unfortunate event. But Doomfist once again charges that ult super quickly, already has it. Coming to the next fight, Reinhardt holding the bridge. The boop comes in, gets nothing. Winston jumps, gets not much. Doomfist tries to get a counterattack and gets nothing. Reinhardt charges the wall to get in position and gets no one. Winston comes in, they're trying to peel. The barrage comes in, there is no peel. Doomfist comes in, clears one, shoots down. The Reaper dies to the high noon, but the Doomfist is being cleaned up by Willow and the McCree, and there's nothing to be done. It appears like the Shanghai hold it once again. That, even though Doomfist died to the McCree and so did the Reaper, that was a really good counterattack on that. And a waste of ults from Boston. Monkey ults for an attempt at getting the pick on the McCree, but gets nothing for it. Now Boston comes once again over the bridge. The jump comes in. Bubble, there's nothing to be said. He instantly dies. That's a bad time to run dive into Doomfist Reaper. You were just getting the lead. The Lucio dies to the Death Blossom. Mercy dies to the Doomfist. And there is nothing that Boston seems to be able to do to even scratch Shanghai here. It appears to be too late right now as we're going into the last fight. This is the last engagement. And the Tracer comes out. This will not be enough. The Winston ults comes in. The Shatter comes in on both support and Junkrat. Mercy somehow survives. Sunbearer comes in. Reinhardt flies off the map by the Primal Rage. Doomfist looking for a punch. Self-Destruct comes in, gets nothing as they're all hiding the backside of point. They try to go around and they jock for position to get around. Meteor Spirit comes in, gets the Mercy. The Diva is nearly out of mech and there's nothing to be off. Diva goes out of mech and Doomfist looks for a punch, gets the punch on the baby Diva. There's nothing to be done. The Reaper cleans up. Supersonic shows that he is indeed a good Reaper and simply didn't have the opportunity to show it on the last map as he cleans house with 3 kills. I very much feel like Boston ran their head into the wall by simply not going a different comp. Winston simply will die to a Reaper Doomfist combo, and there's nothing much he can do about it. They either had to pick a new target, approach it a lot more slowly, or simply going differently. As Shanghai keeps their odd comp, it looks like Goats will be run on Boston, which will be a lot stronger to run against this team comp, as the sustain is really high and so is the defensive capabilities. Let's see how they approach. Looks like Boston goes from the high ground as Doomfist tries to get a good flank on them. Boston is waiting. not willing to fight before the point unlocks. Like, Shanghai might be able to see them, but they have no clue where they see their comp, but they have no clue where they are. They are just waiting, holding for the point to unlock. Point is about to unlock, and they should be starting to move now. And starting to move as a group. They go in. Reaper is outside. The charge in. Bubbles are out. And it's absolute chaos as they try to concentrate on targets. Mora goes down first. That's terrible. Reinhardt from the Shanghai goes down. And they're still brawling it out. Trying to find targets. Doomfist is down. And Winston, it looks like the goats is still working. Even though they don't have the main healer. They're still cleaning the targets. There is only Ryan left alive. And he's going to go down as the Zarya is highly charged. I see that. 90% charge on that Zarya. Very nice. Good play. Good knowledge of knowing that you don't need to win the fight early. You needed to win it to just win the point. Will they hold the door now? No, they seem to be holding the point. A little scared to fight this comp head to head, as it looks like Shanghai will go through the main choke. Reinhardt is alone with Zarya. Charges nothing. I think he was booped there. It's like hammer down on 3 people. The Reaper somehow escapes alive. Death Blossom's grab comes in. There is nothing. Grab and nothing. Counter slam gets nothing. And Boston shows that they know how to play this comp. They know how to be defensive. They know how to turtle it up and just take ults left and right as they try to finish up kills. But it looks like Mark has been out too far. Loses all that charge and gives a nice hike of ult charge for Super, who now has an advantage. They're starting to move out. They have to back out. They have no Zarya, no damage. The Coalescence comes out. Meteors come straight through. Probably will go on the middle. Gets nothing for it. Diva Mech is down, but so is the rest of the Boston. There is simply no one left alive but the Zarya, who came in late from dying early. Full charge, but nowhere to go. Let's see where now Shanghai holds. Looks like they hold straight on point. They want Boston to come to them, which I feel is a bad choice. They should be looking on how way they can cut them off and cause problems. Rally comes out with teams. With the sound barrier comes in after, which is fine. Graf comes in, Gretz 4. Deathblasm comes in with Shatter and cleans up house. As all that goes to waste. Seems 3 kills. And as they stall the baby diva, who should now run off the map. Which apparently does not. So Boston will have to engage them with a baby diva and goats. Low defensive. They're going for the edge. This is dangerous territory. They can be easily booped off. Reinhardt gets uppercut away. He hammers down while in the air while he was dead already. And this push is dead before it even started, with a waste of an ult from Shadow with nothing. There was no way for him to even recover from that unless he charges in, decides to suddenly shatter and waste that shatter. Puts Boston at a bad position as they need to be on point right now. Bomb comes through. There is not enough there is defense to block it. Chaos ensues as Doofus tries to find a target. Gets the Lucia. It's like, oh, there's a stun on the the Death Blossom comes in through once again, cleans house. There is nobody left alive, and this odd comp from Shanghai seems to be doing all the work. The primary way you would counter this comp is simply outrange it. What this comp wants is you to fight in close range. It wants you to fight in these rooms. Fight in places where the Reaper can just melt people from a safe position. He doesn't want to run to you. He wants you to run to him. And you counter that by simply taking range. Take a simple Junkrat and Soldier, and you would have dealt with this team comp easy. But it seems that Boston was insistent on running that goats. And so we end our second map currently 1-1. is the score, if I am not mistaken. Yep, score is 1-1. As we go to the third map, we'll see what changes they will have as we take our break.